Favorite thing to do in the whole wide world is public speaking. While most people are afraid to speak in public, I really thrive on the excitement that I get from public speaking. Because there is nothing more powerful in the world than to speak your ideas and share them with the world and then get people to buy in to what you believe and then help you. Okay? Lo voy a decir en español. I'm going to say it in Spanish for her and then I'm going to go to English. So le estaba diciendo a ellos que estoy tan contenta de estar aquí hoy porque el hablar en público es una de las cosas que yo amo más. Mientras hay mucha gente que tiene miedo de hacer eso, yo vivo por la furia que uno siente cuando uno comparte lo que uno piensa y lo que uno quiere hacer y otras personas te escuchan y te ayudan en lo que tú quieres lograr. Okay? So I want you guys to think about public speaking like that, right? Like, I'm going to share something that I'm doing for the purpose, right, of having other people buy into what I want to do and help me, right? So when you think about it like that, there's no reason to be nervous, right? But today, what I'm going to do, so I wanted to share with you all a little bit about me, about my journey with public speaking. So 2 years ago, I finally wrote my first book. And this book has opened so many doors for me to be able to go into spaces, to speak to women, and just to speak to everybody really, on different ways that they can to use their voice and use their power to change, right? Leadership, right? So today, what I want to start with is by telling you about a little story about my first speech that I did in college. It was my first year of college. It was at the University of Bridgeport, and I was taking public speaking 101. And the professor said, make sure that you choose something that is very easy for you to talk about, that you really like, and that you have a lot to share about. So, who can guess what my first speech was about? Anyone? Can you just, no guesses? Leadership? No? Something so basic, like, it was about food, yes. Yes. It was all about chocolate. Yes. My first speech, it was all about chocolate, how much I love chocolate, you know, all the different things I can do with chocolate, how chocolate, you know, the different meals that my grandmother in the Dominican Republic, she would make, for me, she would make oatmeal and then always add chocolate. Like to anything that she wanted me to have, she would add chocolate to it. And so I went into story, and at first I thought that it was gonna be, just like a very trivial thing. And then halfway through it, I started like going into tears because I started to remember my grandmother, and oh my God. So I got really, really emotional, and I couldn't finish my talk. And so the reason I want to share that with you all is because of the need to be prepared, right? I just went up there like, I'm just gonna tell these people about how much I love chocolate, but I wasn't prepared to where my speech was going to go. So the whole purpose of today, of public speaking, right? This workshop today is going to be divided into two parts. One part, we're going to get you ready, like how to physically breathe and get over your nervousness and be ready, physically and emotionally ready to give your talk. That's number one. Then number two, the other half of this is about how to prepare your ideas in a way that is very easy for you to talk about. So it's very easy for you to seem credible and that your audience can understand. Okay? Those are the two, right? Number one, number two. Any questions before I move forward?
Yeah. What was the name of your book?
Oh, so okay, so create your best year one day at a time. Also available in Spanish. So what I want to do is break you guys up into two groups, okay? No, we can do one. No, we can do two groups. we're gonna do two groups, and we're going to explore two questions. Okay. So these are the two questions. Number one, as parents, what are ways that you can use public speaking? And number two, what is one area that you would like to improve in public speaking, within your public speaking, okay? So vamos a dividir, we can divide up right in the middle, Chanel? And can I have a timekeeper tell me when I have like 5 minutes in the back, please? Thank you so much. So you three. Oh, here we go. We have a little more. Okay. So if I can have one person take notes, and you guys can discuss among each other. As parents, what are ways that you can use public speaking? And what is one area that you would like to improve? And then amongst you over here, por acá, las dos preguntas. ¿Cómo puedes usar el hablar en público como padre? ¿Cómo te beneficiaría? ¿Y cuál es una área que a ti te gustaría mejorar? Okay? Before we get into, before I time you to start talking about the questions, I just want to leave you with these three things for you to think about, right? Because I love, when I teach on anything, I want you to have a big idea of what we're doing. So the three big ideas are that number one, public speaking. Is that yours? Yeah. Okay. It's okay. So that number one, that public speaking is a skill that is learned, right? Not everybody just wakes up and is like, oh, I'm just naturally good at public speaking. That was definitely not the case for me. I've been putting in like 10,000 hours. Yes. Number two, right? The importance of organizing your ideas, right? So not going into really important conversations and presentations without knowing, like, how do you want to enter this conversation? What do you want to get out of this presentation? And how do you want to walk out? Okay? And then number three is that it requires practice, 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 practice. Okay? So with that, I'm going to give us 5 minutes so we can speak amongst us and discuss these two questions. Okay? Then I'm going to come back. So I'll time you for 5 minutes. I'm going to grab my phone so I can use my timer. Excuse me. Timer for 4 minutes.
beautiful good for your kids. Because if you see what they're not confident or what I feel like that's my dream.
Who's going to be? I know how the person gets handed over the notebook. Here you go. Okay, Jessica. And from this team, do we have our spokesperson? Okay. Jessica, would you like to start?
Yes, as a parent,
Mhm.
the ways I would be public speaking would be like some one-on-one meetings or BPS.
You said with a little louder.
One-on-one meetings.
One-on-one meetings. You said?
Yes.
So one-on-one meetings.
BPS, as like speaking as a parent.
You said at the BPS,
But, yeah, school.
like at the Boston Public Schools. Okay. BPS, speaking up as a parent.
The community centers.
Community centers.
And also in doctor's appointment reviews. The public speaking.
At doctor's appointments.
Resource centers and even at college.
Doctor's appointments. Resource centers. You said colleges?
Colleges, yeah, when, as a parent, it can help you, if you go to college, they'll ask you to public speak a lot.
Right. Right. So you said, thank you. Thank you so much. How about this table? The first question.
Do you think we have to practice public speaking in every meeting?
Everywhere.
Yeah. Like works, in the work, in the job situation, in school, between teachers, video meetings, and church, community groups, even talk to people. We want to be the role model of our children. We can.
Yeah, well, one second. You're going really fast. That's a really good one. You want to be a role model to your children.
And we make clear message to the people. So I think that's a role model to them and to let them to know. I don't know. In my work, public speaking everywhere, every moment, even we talk to children how to make us our language clear and how to make positive, something more educational or more meaningful.
So, yeah, I mean, when I was walking around, I heard this group say something that really struck me, you know, and I believe so much in that if you are confident as a parent, your child will listen more to you, you know, and I hear is part of what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
I want to translate that for them, okay? So, parte de lo que ellos hicieron muchos de los mismos puntos que ustedes hicieron, que en las escuelas, en las iglesias, ser un buen role model, ¿verdad? Ser un buen ejemplo para nuestros hijos, ¿verdad? Al hablar, al expresarnos y darle un mensaje claro a nuestros hijos. Si estamos nosotras confiadas, ¿verdad? Como madres sentimos confianza, nuestros hijos nos van a escuchar, ¿verdad? Con más facilidad. Yeah, wonderful, awesome. Question number 2. Areas that you want to improve in, okay? En las áreas que se quieren mejorar, because that we can actually do something about right now. So I'm going to put another one of these up. Okay. What areas would you like to improve? ¿En qué áreas quieren ustedes mejorar?
Ima said she would like to improve in confidence.
Confidence.
Ava would like to improve on her language.
Confidence, language. When she says language, what does that mean to her? What's language? ¿Qué quiere decir como lenguaje?
O sea, como, por ejemplo, si yo mejoro mi inglés, yo
Ok.
puedo transmitir mejor.
So your English. Okay, you want to better your English because your Spanish is beautiful. Okay, so your English. So language, improve English. Okay. ¿Qué más?
Nervousness
Nervousness. ¿Qué más?
and courage.
Nervousness and courage. Nervousness and courage. And that's
Like, the first thing is when you take a pause. Like, when I talk to you and put the first question, I didn't take a pause, so you have to remind me, oh, wait a minute, and you write down. So when we talk, we forget when we need to take a pause to let the audience to accept the message.
take a pause,
Yeah.
right? I like that, yeah. Awesome. Take a pause. So do you personally want to work on taking a pause? Do you want to work on
But I think I did too.
taking a pause? And that, in the breathing, which we'll practice, will help you with that.
The second thing is know our audience, who you are talking to.
Know your audience. So who wants to improve on that in the team? Yeah, okay. Audience. Right, so this is almost like part of the preparation, right?
And the third one is organize your thoughts. Planning ahead.
Yeah. Organizing your thoughts and planning ahead. So who wants to improve on that? You too. Okay. So organizing your thoughts, and thinking ahead. Wonderful.
And the last one is interaction and transition.
Say that again.
Interaction
Interaction.
and transition.
Interaction in the transition. Interaction in the transition.
The interaction with the audience.
Oh, is it interacting?
With audience and transition from one topic to another one.
Okay. So interaction and transitions. Is that the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. That is beautiful because this takes us to the transition of how we're going to work on all of these things, right? So mostly nervousness and courage and organizing your ideas. Because these are kind of like at the basis, right, of everything else, right? If you have these two down, then you'll have confidence, right? You will have the language because you have prepared, right? You will know how to take a pause because you know how to overcome nervousness. So we're gonna dive right into this now, okay? I want to do a little bit of translation of what I said from this group, for this group, so that they can understand. So este grupo aquí compartió que ellos quieren trabajar en el dejar los nervios y tener más confianza, ser más bravos en lo que van a decir también, tomarse pausa mientras están hablando, conocer a su audiencia, a la gente a la que le están hablando para hablarle de un modo que ellas puedan entender y organizar sus pensamientos y pensar antes de hablar. Y también el saber cómo interactuar y cómo transicionar de un tópico a otro. ¿Okay? Entonces, con eso vamos a transicionar a nuestro próximo, a lo que vamos a hacer ahora. Lo primero que vamos a trabajar, the first thing that we are going to work on is coping with nervousness through breathing. And for that, I want to do an exercise with you. Okay? So if I can please, para lo primero que vamos a trabajar en esto, cómo los nervios, ¿verdad? Cómo overcome, cómo traspasar los nervios. When you think of public speaking, right? What happens to you? What is your physical reaction? Nervous. So what do you feel like in your body? Heart rate, running. You feel numb. Hot. You feel hot. What do you feel,
Heart racing.
Your heart starts to race. Sweating. Cuando ustedes piensan en hablar en público, ¿qué le pasa en su cuerpo? ¿Qué sensaciones tienen?
A mí me da como mariposita en la barriga.
She gets butterflies in her stomach.
Very scared.
You get scared. What do you feel like in your body?
Like what she said, my heart racing.
Your heart starts to
And my
race.
hands started getting clammy.
Your heart, yes.
Sweaty.
Yeah,
And I
that's
start breathing a little bit fast.
yeah. So all of that's happening to you, right? All of that is happening to you because your body wants to keep you safe. Okay? So it's not customary for people to just come out and just say what they believe, right? People, right? The fear of death and the fear of public speaking are like right there. Okay? So, but what you have to know is that is not bad. It's not a bad thing, right? It's just your body trying to keep you safe and telling you you're about to do something very important, right? So, in order to calm us down, we're gonna practice some breathing techniques. Okay? So, si le puedo pedir, que me ask you to please stand for a moment, okay? And so, in addition to the breathing, I do, before I am going to do public speaking, I do breathing and I also do visualization. Okay, no solamente cuando voy a hablar, yo no solamente hago respiración, sino que yo hago visualización también. Okay, so le voy a pedir que, I'm going to ask you to please stand and feel both feet on the ground. Okay. Feel your toes, wiggle your toes, muevan sus dedos de los pies y se sientan que están en la tierra, okay? Plantadas en la tierra, like you're like a tree, okay? You're planted like a tree. Then you're going to do tree pose. So lo que vamos a hacer, what we're going to do is we're going to breathe deep into first your chest. Vamos a primero, vamos a respirar en nuestro pecho primero, okay? So you can see the difference between breathing in your chest and then breathing into your stomach, okay? So first we're gonna breathe into your chest first and exhale through your nose, okay? So in through your nose and out through your nose, okay? So one, in and out, okay? So now what you're gonna do is when you breathe in, you're going to breathe into your belly. Okay, all the way down into your belly. And this is the kind of breathing that we want to do before we do public speaking. Not the chest kind, the belly kind. Okay? So if you like, if you can go ahead and put your hand on your belly, okay? And you can close your eyes for a second and breathe in through your nose, all the way into your belly, into your belly, into your belly, until like your hand moves up. And then release through your nose. Slow. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. 1, 2, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, push your belly out, and breathe out through your nose. Okay, one more time, breathe in, through your nose, feel it all the way in your belly as if also feel like the air is going down to your toes, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, give yourself air and then breathe out. Let it go, and let go of all the nervousness too. And imagine, I want you to imagine that you are in the most beautiful stage. It's so beautiful. And there's so many people there that cannot wait to hear you speak. They are so excited to listen to you. Oh my God, they've been waiting their whole life. They've been waiting to listen to you. They're rooting for you. They're like, there's nothing to be nervous about. And then breathe in again, respiren hondo otra vez, y fuera. Okay. Y pueden abrir sus ojos. You can open your eyes. Okay? You can sit down. ¿Cómo se sintió eso? How did that feel? Lightheaded, relaxing. ¿Cómo se sintió eso para usted? ¿Bien? ¿Se siente relajada? Sí, ¿verdad? So lo que pasa es, so what happens is that when we are relaxed, right, we are using all of our brains. But when you are under stress, you are only using part of your brain. So the trick, right, is to get as relaxed as you can. So the other thing that I do before I do big speaking engagements is that I get foot massages. Yes. You can go to the mall, they do it for $1 a minute, and then I just get myself as relaxed as I can. Because the more relaxed that I am, the more present that I can be. Okay, so le estaba diciendo que el punto de todo esto es que cuando usted vaya a presentar o vaya a hablar, que usted haga todo lo posible por calmarse lo más posible con la respiración. Esa es una. Y otra que yo le digo que yo a veces voy y me hago un masaje en los pies antes de que voy a dar una charla grande, para así entre más calmada estoy, más presente puedo estar con cada persona. Okay. Ahora, nosotros vamos a, ¿verdad? El punto es, right, the point is like, this is how you, like, for you to come to this feeling like this and leave like, yes. Right? I got this. So the other thing so remember I told you that this is going to be divided into two parts, right? One is about preparation, so preparing you with breathing. So making sure that before you're going to speak, that you're going to calm yourself down, you're going to breathe because your heart's going to start to race and your hands are going to get clammy and you are going to calm yourself down and tell yourself that you are in a safe place, right? Where people really want to listen to what you have to say. The other thing is this projection. Does anyone know what this means when you're speaking? Clear, thank you, Rosemary. Clear for people and loud enough for them to hear, ¿verdad? Que tu voz sea clara, lo suficientemente alta que a la persona de allá atrás me pueden escuchar, ¿verdad? Entonces hay una gran diferencia. There's a big difference between projection and yell, right? And just like, Marissa. Let me say, Marissa. ¿Ves la diferencia? ¿Verdad? Que si yo, por ejemplo, estoy aquí, ¿verdad? Y yo voy a decir, yo quiero que todo el mundo me pueda escuchar, ¿verdad? Que, hey, ¿ves la diferencia? ¿Verdad? You guys see the difference? Right? So, how do you guys think, what is the difference between the screaming and the projection? What has to happen in the voice?
Uno está gritando y el otro ya está relajado.
Right, so one is screaming and one is relaxed and your voice is loud, right? Very good. What other difference? What else do you think needs to happen within your body for you to be able to project?
I think for screaming from the voice comes from the throat. And for maybe speak loud but with a calm tone, maybe start from here.
Yes, thank you. Chin. Yeah, so Chin dice, el gritar viene de aquí. El proyectar viene de acá, ¿verdad? Cuando realmente sabemos what we're going to say, so like we are sure what we're going to say, right? There's no need to scream it out because it's not an immediate reaction, right? It's a conscious communication that you're doing, okay? La diferencia, okay? So ahora nosotros, we are going to have the opportunity to organize our thoughts, okay? So remember, we are staying calm through breathing, okay? And the best thing here with the breathing is to remind each other to breathe. And the way that you remind each other to breathe is by doing it yourself. When you naturally breathe, cuando usted respira naturalmente, ¿verdad? Usted le está recordando a la otra persona que está bien respirar. Él hay que tomarse su tiempo. Ahí, tomarse take a pause. Okay? So now we're going to work on organizing our ideas. Okay? So before we do that, let me give you this little summary. This is a summary. Tips for public speaking, okay, that we have been talking about. You can take notes. Would you like yours in English or Spanish? English. Okay. ¿Español o inglés? No, español. ¿Español? ¿Inglés? ¿Y español también? Okay. Let's see. Me permiten un momento. Okay. At the end, we are going to have a few minutes to share an idea that you have that you want to share. So I want you to as we're going to do this exercise, to think if you are the person that wants to share. Okay, and start getting yourself prepared for that. Okay? Not everyone's going to share. Alright. So start, mentally, physically prepared. Alright? So, speech organization. Who can read this for me?
Speech organization is effectively taking the information one wishes to present and arranging it in a logical order. It comes down to two things: credibility and audience understanding.
Yes. En español. ¿Sí? ¿Capiche? ¿Entendieron? ¿O quiere que se lo traduzca?
No traduzca.
Ok, no, está bien, Eva. ¿Verdad? El poder organizar lo que vamos a decir, ¿verdad? Es efectivamente tomando la información que deseamos presentar, ponerla en una orden lógica, y eso básicamente viene a dos cosas, ¿verdad? Para que cuando usted presente, usted sea una persona creíble, ¿verdad? Credibilidad, y que las personas que lo estén escuchando la puedan entender, ¿verdad? Y la credibilidad viene, where does credibility come from? Is from you knowing exactly what you're talking about, ¿verdad? If you come off as like, I have no clue, pues ahí se fue, we lose the credibility. So, in order to be sure, we're going to organize our thoughts. I'm going to give you a handout. Aquí lo tenemos en inglés. Take one pass on that, please. Y en español. Tome uno y lo pasa, ¿ok? Okay, so we are going to have 15 minutes for this piece. So that's 15 minutos, okay? Para llenar esto individualmente. Each of us individually. okay? Organizing ideas, ¿verdad? Mira, here are the instructions. So you're preparing to speak at a community meeting in your neighborhood. You have determined one area to share about in the meeting to improve the neighborhood. Use the outline below to organize your ideas and make a strong argument. So I can also provide you with a little bit more clarity, okay? So, en español, señoritas, las instrucciones para esto es que usted se está preparando para hablar en una reunión comunitaria. Usted ha determinado compartir con el grupo una idea para mejorar una área de la vecindad. Usa el siguiente esquema para organizar sus ideas y presentar un argumento fuerte. Okay? Entonces empezamos. We start. Ideas, right? What's your big idea? What is your goal? What's the main idea with that goal? What are some key points that support it? Supporting details, and then telling me what is your goal again. Right? So you see how it starts and ends with the same focus. So, main idea, right? Does someone want to read this out loud? What is the main idea? Anyone?
The main idea should be one sentence that very clearly states to the listener which you will use to take action.
Yes, right? So it's one sentence that states very clearly to the listener what you will be discussing, right? So like for example today, I came and told you guys, I am going to be speaking to you today about 2 ways that you can improve your public speaking, right? Through overcoming nervousness and organizing your ideas. So one sentence that explains your main idea. And then we're going to break it down into smaller chunks of information, right? So I said, today we're going to be talking about public speaking, right? What is one way that I broke that down is by helping you overcome nervousness. Think about nervousness and overcome it, right? That's one. And then, every idea that you're breaking down should reinforce, every point should reinforce the goal. Mujeres están claras? ¿Sí? Are you ladies clear? Yes? So then we want to include at least 2 or 3 main points. So for example, supporting details, are like examples. Like if there's something that you want to clean up the neighborhood, what are some examples that you're going to show? Maybe pictures of trash, let's say, or other people saying that this should also that your neighborhood should be clean. Evidencia, okay? Para mostrar su credibilidad, to show your credibility. So right now, I'm going to give you 10 minutes to fill this out, okay? So time under 10 minutes. Okay. An extra pen. Sí, claro. Wow. Ladies are working fast. I love it. that you need, coming up your feet, to your knees, up your legs, into the butterflies that you feel in your stomach. All that positive energy, just doing away with the nervousness. And breathe to your chest. And breathe out again. And when you breathe in for the last time, breathe in and let all the nervousness leave you. All the nervousness when you breathe out. You can open your eyes. Chin, you ready to start? All right. So let's give Chin a round of applause. Going first. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Chin. I'm so happy to be here to share with you my topic on public health in our community. Is anyone here heard of coronavirus on news? Please raise your hand if you heard anything about this. Okay. I'm going to talk is coronavirus. That happened in my hometown, Wuhan City, the only city I lived before I came here. And the death rate is already over 2,800. And the people who got infected is over like 100,000 people. And my hometown, my parents, my siblings all lived there. They shut down the city and the place since January 21st. It's my hometown in China, like Chicago in US. And the time to shut down the whole province is New Year, Chinese New Year, like the Christmas in US. You can imagine.
Wow.
The whole city, the whole province, or the whole country shut down. No airplane, no public transportation, and the hospital full of people getting infected. And people lived without enough food and living scary there. What my purpose today to speaking is raise the awareness to all of us, because disease no word. It can happen everywhere, and it's exactly has already happened in 48 countries. And in Revere, what I live now, has 26 students from Revere Public School. They went to Italy in February vacation, and they come back 9 days. We don't know if they are infected or not, because the period is at least 2 weeks or 3 weeks to show the symptoms of the virus. So what I want to raise today is protect yourself, protect your family, and you prepare yourself mentally or physically. Buy some food, keeping the home, and some fresh water or medicines if you need for long-term medicines. At least keep 2 months medicines at home. That's the one point. What I want to say is raise the awareness, keep in mind that may happen around you. So we need to prepare ourselves to this situation. Another thing is, we are Chinese, and we got a lot of discrimination after this happened. For myself, I cannot drive. I go everywhere by bus, and I can see people just from what I look try to stand away from me on the bus. But I want to say we are on the same boat. Now the situation is the same boat. Everywhere is the same, no matter what color you are. You face the disease, don't know you're white or black or Asian or any color. They're just people. So what I want to say, the second point is we are on the same boat. No discrimination, no hate, because we are the same. The third thing I want to talk is everyone can help. You can help too if you feel not that comfortable, feel anything, you can go to Massachusetts any hospital, they can test to protect you and your family and the community. And the second thing is you can help to talk to people about this, let them to prepare mentally or physically, and maybe raise some money for the people who live in low income. They don't have enough money to prepare for the mask or any protect things. Maybe raise some money for them. That's what I want to talk. This is no fault. Everyone can help. We will go through this. Be strong. Yes.
Thank you. Great job. So, her main idea, right, was raising awareness, right? And then she brought up all the different ways that we can help, right, to contribute to raising awareness. And then you ended it with saying, with a positive message, right, that we can do this together, right? Thank you so much. That was great. That was wonderful. Who would like to go next? ¿Quién le gustaría ir después? So, oh, it's okay. I just stand next to you. So, my name is So my name is Eva, and my objective today is that you understand why we need to improve a certain area of the neighborhood and what benefits we're going to obtain from that. I'm also going to explain to you what's going on in this area and how we can improve it. And what benefits we're going to get from doing that.
Entonces, en la zona este del residencial, tenemos un área verde la cual no está siendo utilizada como deberíamos.
In the east side of the residential area where we live, there's a green area that's not being used in the way that we thought it was going to be used.
Actualmente esta área está llena de plagas y sucia.
Right now, this area is full of bugs and it's dirty.
Y está utilizada por los vagamundos como un hogar.
And is used by like folks, certain people who don't belong there, vagabonds, people on the streets that don't belong to this area.
Entonces, esto hace que nuestro vecindario sea más inseguro y a la vez se vea feo ante los ojos de las demás personas.
This causes our neighborhood to be not safe, and it just looks dirty to everyone that passes by.
Entonces, la solución que propongo para esto es crear un parque donde podamos tener nuestros hijos seguros.
The solution that I propose for this is that we create a park where we can have our children use it in a safe way.
Y el vecindario se vea más bonito.
And that way the neighborhood can look more beautiful.
Eliminando esa área sucia y los homeless.
And so that way, we eliminate that dirt, that how dirty that area looks, and also, the homeless people that tend to hang out there.
Ahora mismo esta área siempre podemos ver ratones, o sea, plagas que son indeseables para uno.
So it's like right now in that area you can see rats and different bugs that you just don't want to see.
Y está muy descuidada.
Okay, no one's taking care of it.
Y como ya había dicho, o sea, es totalmente inseguro por las personas que están habitando en ella.
And as I said, it's not safe for the people that are constantly spending time there.
Es de vital importancia mejorar el área.
It's of vital importance to improve this area.
Para eliminar las plagas y la suciedad que hay en ella.
To eliminate how dirty it looks and all the bugs that are there.
Y convirtiéndolo en un hermoso lugar donde nuestros hijos puedan divertirse y sea bonito.
Yeah, and to make it into a beautiful place where our children can have fun, and it's safe and it's beautiful.
Puedo asegurarle que la semana pasada estuve con mis hijos y pasé por el lugar y pude encontrarme un vagabundo tirado en el suelo, acostado, drogándose, Y creo que eso no era seguro para mis hijos.
I can assure you that last week, as I was walking by with my children, I saw myself a homeless person that was actually drugging themselves there, and that is not the kind of image what I want for my children.
Y dije, eso no puede seguir sucediendo.
And I said, this can't continue happening.
Debemos mejorar eso.
We have to improve that.
Entonces deseamos que el vecindario sea un lugar más bonito y seguro y por esto propongo esta propuesta.
I propose that the neighborhood is a more beautiful and safe place, and this is why I propose to have this park.
Thank you.
Yes, una high five. Good job, muy bien. So vieron como she started and ended, right, with the same point, right? Great job, Eva. Now, Adebola.
Yes.
Adebola, round of applause for
Thank you.
Adebola.
Now I'm talking about ways we can increase the number of safe areas for our kids. So I live on Malone Street in Roxbury, and right now we have a park. I think there are more things we can do in the short term and long term to have more safe areas. I think the first thing we need to do is to get to know each other. Have some kind of neighborhood watch so that everyone knows that we are collectively a unit. And I think this would help to send a message that we're looking out for each other and that we care about our environment. So getting to know each other is very important. The second step would also be to take ownership of our street. When it's time to have our streets plowed, side streets don't get plowed. So we need to make sure that we're all calling for each other. So one voice to the city may not be heard, but if 10 people in the neighborhood call, it's more effective. We have to make sure that we shovel our own streets, and if we see any needles in our playground, we have to call the city. We have to make sure that we have safe areas for our kids. And lastly, we need to come together. It's important that we actually take advantage of the park that we have down the street. So maybe we can, as a collective unit, every Thursday or every Friday, we have hours that we dedicate for our kids to play together. If they know that we all belong to the same community, maybe they're more likely to do the right thing. We're all watching each other, and we have a safe space, at least in our park. So again, I think there are some very concrete things we can do in the short term to have safer areas for our kids, namely getting to know each other, having a neighborhood watch, making sure we take ownership of our city. Anything's not right, we call the city. And most importantly, we take advantage of what we have around us in terms of our playgrounds. Thank you.
So I want to point out something that you did that was really wonderful, is that you were like making eye contact with every single person in the room. So that's really, really important. And then the other thing that you did, right, that I practice is that I tell them what I'm going to say, I tell them, and then I tell them again. Right, because psychologically we need to hear things many times, at least 5 to 7 times, for it to really absorb in our minds. Okay, so le estaba diciendo a Débora que algo que ella hizo que me gustó mucho fue que ella miró a cada persona, ella hizo conexión con todo el mundo que estaba aquí. Y también ella fue muy buena en decirle de lo que iba a hablar, le dijo de lo que habló y le dijo otra vez de lo que iba a hablar. ¿Me entienden? Entonces esa es como esa fórmula que yo quiero que ustedes se recuerden cuando ustedes vayan a hablar. Mira, yo te voy a hablar de esto, le dice de lo que le va a decir y vuelve y se lo dice otra vez. ¿Ok? Irma.
Pero no lo terminé.
So, me quiere decir, no lo ha terminado, pero quiere compartirle al grupo su idea. Ok, so usted lo dice en español y yo lo voy a traducir. Ok. My name is Irma Peralta,
Es sobre la migración.
and it's about immigration. ¿Quieres tomar su papel? Son 3 minutitos de eso.
Sobre la migración. Ustedes saben que una persona que me voy por los países, específicamente El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala.
So you guys know about the countries of El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala.
Ok, ellos, las personas, están viendo
that don't have papers to work or be in this country.
Entonces, ellos están en casa por casa. Lo que yo quisiera que las personas entendieran es que hay abogados disponibles para ayudar, para darle los recursos y para las preguntas que ellos tengan.
So what I want people to know is that for people to know that there are attorneys out there that can help them defend their rights and answer their questions. Y eso es lo que te quiero decir, que la gente sepa.
Exactamente, porque hay mucha gente que no sabe qué hacer en ese momento.
And that's basically what I want to share is that there are so many people out there that are going through the situation that don't know what to do. And that's basically what I want to share today is that there are attorneys and resources and people out there to help you ensure your rights. Gracias. Thank you. Oh, she wants to raise awareness. Her main point was that she wants to raise awareness on the fact that ICE is going house by house, specifically looking for Salvadorian people from Honduras and Central America that are looking that don't have papers. And her point is that she wants people to know that there are resources and attorneys for those people, that they just don't have to be in hiding, or know that there is help for them. So, summary, ¿verdad? Por último, we lost it. So lastly, right, our three main points here are, right, public speaking is something that can be learned, right? And in order to learn anything, what do we have to do? Practice, 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 right? And that is really, really, really important for you to feel ready, to be ready to do public speaking, to organize your ideas. Yes. I want to thank you so much for your attention today. Gracias por su atención, por su confianza, for your trust, for sharing with me, for getting up here. I know it takes a lot of courage to do that. And I encourage you to continue to practice and to look for opportunities to practice your public speaking, right? Because one thing is for you to see somebody do it, but the best way to master it is to do it yourself. Practice, practice, practice. And remember to breathe, right? And be clear on what you're going to say. Yes? Okay? Por último, te quiero decir que se recuerde que el hablar en público es algo que se puede aprender. ¿Y cómo aprendemos? Es a través de la práctica. ¿Verdad? Y que es bien importante para sentirse listo, confiado, organizar nuestras ideas, ¿verdad? Y saber de qué es lo que vamos a hablar. Y que una cosa es uno ver a una persona haciendo otra cosa, pero cómo uno aprende es practicando uno. Y así se desarrolla la confianza. Y así se nos van los nervios poco a poco. Entonces con eso, gracias, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you guys at the next Leadership Academy, when that is. Gracias, gracias.
So that is the